something. So SIM card scams, just be aware of it. Hotel. So hotel is something which you have to select before going there, because in e-visa they do ask you to put the address of the hotel you will be residing in for the specific time. Otherwise, at least for 2 days time, you have to provide them the details of your hotel. So we had booked this GM City Hotel, which was on Nizami Street. So again, you don't get confused between Nizami and Nizami Street, because I got confused over there. And we booked at GM Hotel, which is around 5 kilometers from Nizami Street. So we wanted to go to Nizami Street on the day one for the stay, considering all the shops were there, and we wanted to get ready with the SIM card and the exchange. But that's fine. The taxi doesn't charge you more in this 5 kilometers. But still, if you are going to Baku and do stay on Nizami Street at least on the first day of your trip, so that you come to know how the culture is over there, the shops, and you can buy the exchange money, also the SIM card, and the food is also there. So it is quite economical, everything. I'll come to the food in the coming up videos. So first, let's talk about the hotel. I'm just trying to explain you. The hotels which you book is pre-booked, okay? And if you're traveling alone or you are a solo traveler, then there are lots and lots of hostel facilities on Nizami Street, and they are very affordable. And you can check these hotels on the sites. There are many sites online. You can just go there, whichever you feel correct or as per your budget, you can book them. And do book hotels which doesn't ask you to pre-book by giving them a particular amount. Always book hotels which ask you to pay the money after you reach the hotel. So that is always to be on a safer side. But they will always ask you to put in your ATM card or the debit card details for their safety. So that is fine, because you can cancel it a day before if you are not visiting the hotel. So that is for their safety, and for our safety, it is like we can pay them after reaching the hotel or not before. Okay, so this is one thing. For a solo traveler, you can always go for the hostels. It is very clean and very nice, well maintained hostels, and the options are there online. So our hotel was GM City Hotel, and it was a family suite. It was really nice. I mean, the view was good. He himself gave us on the top floor. So GM Hotel has 4 floors. So 4th floor we were staying on, and the room was quite spacious. All the basic facilities were there, like kettle, fridge, everything was there. And we had booked it with breakfast. We always go for the hotels which has breakfast included, so that it is hassle free. Again, we have kids, so again, back of the mind somewhere, it is always there. Kids are there, khana hona chahiye. So so always book your hotels with breakfast if you are a couple or you are with the kids. Being a solo traveler, again, you can save there by not booking with breakfast, and you can have your meals outside, because the price of the food outside is much cheaper, and you can again save on the money over there. So but for family, I would always suggest to book for the hotels which has breakfast included. So friends, if you have any doubts about GM Hotel, let me know. This is a very nice hotel, I would say. The staff is also very good. It was a clean hotel. You can see, I'll put the clip of the hotel room, and it is really good. Lift facility is there, breakfast is there, water, hot water was there 24 hours. Even the generators and the heaters were there. They were working very nice. We didn't experience any problem at all in this hotel. We were in this hotel for 2 days, 2 nights, I would say. And then we went to Gabala. So yeah, I'll be putting Gabala video also soon. So this was all about the hotel. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section, and I will answer to them. Okay, so now let's discuss about the food you get over there. So you will get many vegetarian and non-vegetarian. For vegetarians, it is a bit limited, but then do try their local salads and fruits. They taste amazing because of the freshness. And also you can try their pilaf, which is rice or a long rice. It is made up of saffron, and you can try the local vegetables or veggies. And kutab is their local food, which is really very nice. On the tourist attractions like on Tufandagh, we got it for 4 manats per piece, but then in the local markets in Nizami you get it just for 1.5 manat. And you get different feeling in this kutabs, like you can get it meat, or if you are a vegetarian you can try cheese also. So it depends what type of filling you are taking in the kutab. Also they have this local drink which is called as Iran, and it is really very freshening. Again, you can try it as per your taste. If you are craving for Indian food, there are many Indian restaurants on Nizami Street we found. One is Desi, then Maharani. There are multiple, like just walk for a few distance, and all are in walkable distance. There are people standing outside the restaurants to call you for the meal, and they can guide you as per your cravings for that specific day. Also, you can try their kebabs. They are very juicy and awesome. If you are a chicken or non-vegetarian fan, you must try this food over there. And you do get bread basket, and it is like they eat bread only. Just like we Indians, we try to we eat mostly chapatis, but then there the breads are different. You get the basket, and in the basket you will find different type of breads. It is not only a single bread slice, it will be different types of breads. Some would be with the sesame seed, some would be flat, some would be puffed, some would be circle. You will get different type of breads over there. And do try. Because of the cold climate, they tend to become hard, but then yes, it is something different experience when you come for the local food over there. Water, if you want, I would suggest you to buy water from the markets. If it is not provided in the hotel room, they do provide, but then if you want to buy more, then buy from the local market. You will get around 3 liters of bottle for 1.5 manats only. And these markets you'll find all over Baku, and on Nizami streets they are so walkable. Now let's move on to the taxi services which is provided in Azerbaijan. So there are many taxi services including the local Baku taxi, but we felt that it is a bit costly, so we had gone for this Bolt taxis, which are quite reasonable. Yeah, but the drivers could be a bit harsh and rough driving we experienced there compared to Dubai. We tend to follow lots of rules over here, but then there the lane changing and the speed limits are quite harsh. But yeah, we traveled in the city by Bolt taxi, and it cost around 8 manats from Baku airport to GM hotel, that is on Nizami street. So that is the rate. So if you're traveling in Nizami area or Baku city, it will cost you around 4 to 8 manats for each trip, depending on the distance. And this can be done by downloading Bolt app. And other than Bolt, there are other services also of Yango, and Uber rides are also there. So you can try these rides if you're going in a taxi. And if you want to go to the fire temple or the fire mountain, or want to do the local sightseeing, like there are carpet museum, lots of park, there is funicular ride which we did. So if you want to do the local sightseeing, you can do it by yourself by hiring a private driver, or you can also take drop and pick taxis. So this was all about the taxi which we experienced over there. If you have any doubts, friends, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. I will be explaining you or I will be answering you. As in Azerbaijan, you would experience this language barrier because most of the people speak Azerbaijani only, the locals specifically. They don't know much of the English language, I would say. But there is always Google for help. So we used to translate everything on the Google Translator app, and then you can whatever the comes there we used to show, and then they used to read and immediately they used to respond. So this is a very nice idea to use Google Translator when you are in a foreign country, and it really saves you in the conversation when you are a tourist and you are not much aware of the place, or if you're ordering something you don't know what the order is going to come. So the Google Translator really helps you. Let's come to the last point of this video, and that is about the local sightseeing or tourist attractions in Azerbaijan. So when you're going to Azerbaijan, it is important to go to Fire Temple and Fire Mountain, because these are the ancient historical sites which you must visit, because the new attractions you'll find it everywhere, but it is important to connect with the locals and connect with the history of that particular place is important. That is what I feel, and you will really feel like worth visiting the place if you connect to the locals over there. So Fire Temple, Fire Mountain is very important. You go there. Also, to tell you, it is 15 mannats for both the sites. Do not take one ticket for each, otherwise it will cost you 9 each, like 9 for Fire Temple and 9 for Fire Mountain. Okay, other than this, you can go to Gabala. Gabala is an awesome place to be there as a family with kids, because it is on a mountain, and it will give you altogether different landscape while traveling there. You would see plateaus. After going there, you will see lots of mountains. So yes, Gabala sightseeing is also nice. Before reaching Gabala, there is a place called as Shamaki. Shamaki has also lots of attractions. You can Google it and you can see, like there is a mosque, that is a Juma mosque. So you can ask your driver to take you to the mosque and other Shamaki attractions. So there is famous wineries, but you need to book prior to visit the wineries, and they have a tour of around 2 to 3 hours. So it is not recommended to go to wineries with kids. If you are going alone or as a couple, it is a nice spot I would suggest you in Shamaki. So Gabala has lots of points, like there is Nuhur Lake, there are 7 beauties waterfall, yeah, and then Tufandagh is also there. Then there is lots of cafes and restaurants which are they have made it like a tourist attraction over there in the cafes. Like there is a water flowing, waterfalls are there. So it is like beautiful place to have your meals around these mountains if you are in Gabala. Then after Gabala, one day I would suggest you to spend one night in Gabala. If you do a day trip from Gabala to Baku, it is going to be a bit of hectic, and you won't feel that energy to go anywhere the next day. So it is advised to be in Gabala for one night. The distance between Baku to Gabala, it takes you around 3 hours or more than 3 hours, 3.5 hours I would say, because if it rains or it's snowing, the cars tend to slow down, and if you're self-driving, then again the speed and the there are lots of stops we take, so it depends. So the distance also matters, so it is not advisable to do one day trip to Gabala. Okay, so other than Gabala, if you have more days, then you can go to Shahadgarh. Shahadgarh again has its own attractions. It is a resort specifically, and then on the way from Baku to Shahadgarh, there are Caucasus Mountains, and they have their own beauty, so you can go there too. Then on Shahadgarh, there are rides you must have seen. Most of the promotion of Azerbaijan is of Shahadgarh. So yes, Shahadgarh and Tufandagh are 2 spots where you can get the rides and the adventures you can do over here. So we went to Tufandagh, and awesome, it was like mind-blowing, and we didn't had much time, so we didn't visit Shahadgarh. Tufandagh is, I would say, it is much better than Shahadgarh because it has its natural beauty, and the rides were awesome. There were 3 cable cars, again within a nominal charge we felt. So I'll be putting up that video also. Full video will be coming ahead of Tufandagh. And if you want to select one from Shahadgarh or Tufandagh, I would always suggest go for Tufandagh, as it will save your time, as it is in Gabala city itself, and the place is awesome. So keep watching for the Tufandagh video, and you will definitely love this trip if you go to this place. So we have covered most of the topics which you all need to know before planning for the Azerbaijan trip. Like what are the precautions we should take, where to book a hotel, where to stay on your first day, where to exchange money, where to get your SIM card from, water if required, what to do if you're traveling with kid, how to manage, and see climate over there, also many other things. If you still have any doubts in mind, you can always drop a comment. Okay guys, now let's wind up this video. So a few things I would like to repeat so that you be prepared. Like, first thing is to dress modestly. Especially if you go to the mosque, you need to cover your head, your shoulders and your knees. So it is advisable to wear modest clothes because this is a conservative country. Also, you can use Google Translator to make people understand your language, and it becomes easy for the conversation. Carry USD in cash so that you can convert some on the airport and few on the Nizami Street, local banks or from the local authorized centers. Also, e-visa, it is advised to take e-visa prior to your trip. It comes within 3 to 4 days normally, and in urgent e-visa charges is around 60 and it comes within 3 hours. So it is advised to take e-visa before your trip. Also, if you want water, you can take it from local market, which costs around 1.5 mannat for 3 liters. SIM card, do not fall for the scam. Always take SIM card from the authorized cell centers, which is Azhar cell or Baku cell, where we prefer Azhar cell because of the good network. Also, be on time because people there are on time, specifically the taxi drivers. If you are taking taxis, then be on time, whatever the time you are telling them for the trip, be on time. If you are taking a city local ride by a Bolt or Uber, it is advised to pay by the card. Whatever the amount is shown on the app, you need to pay only that. Do not pay extra to them. Also, fix the price before starting your rides. Ending up the video, we'll be discussing about the scams which you need to be aware of, and are they true? You must be hearing about it, right? So yeah, we experienced few of them, so you be aware about the SIM card scam. Always take SIM cards from the authorized centers like Azhar cell or Bak cell. You just need to take 5 mannat card and then you top up online as per your wish. Also note that the WhatsApp is free for the duration of the card taken. You don't have to pay extra for the WhatsApp facility. Other than this, the taxi drivers tend to scam you by charging you more. So it is better to pay by card whatever the amount is shown on the app. Specifically, use Bolt apps. Third thing is the drivers. If you are taking a private car like how we did from Baku to Gabala, always fix the price and tell them specifically all the points which you would like to visit, and then they will be taking you or not. You discuss that for starting your trip. If it is a night stay, the drivers tend to do their own expenses and stay in their specific hotels, and it is not necessary that you have to pay for the night stay. It is all included in the amount which you will be fixing or deciding to pay for the both to and fro trip from Baku to Gabala and then back to Baku. Okay, so at times it happens that they don't tend to cover up all the points, so it is important that you tell them to cover up all the points. Third, if you are planning to self-drive a car by hiring a car, as it is very famous in Baku to rent a car, we will not advise because we saw many police standing there and stopping the cars for small issues like a lane change or speed limits, and they do tend to ask you for money, and then the trip actually it starts with the negative end, and it is not advisable since you also land up paying extra for the whole trip. So do not rent a taxi over there. Even be careful while paying for snacks or any restaurants you go to. You need to understand if it is a tourist attraction, specifically like in Tufandagh, the drivers tend to take you to restaurants where they get commission, and the prices in these specific restaurants are just skyrocket prices. Instead, when you go to tourist attractions, specifically what we found was on Tufandagh Mountain, where we went for the ride, there are local shops or eateries where you can try your food, and they are very economical. Even you can get some liquids or the cold drinks which are quite economical on the specific tourist attractions instead of going to the restaurants. Okay, so these are the important points which you all should remember. I hope you all have liked the video and gained the necessary information before planning for your Azerbaijan trip. If you have got some information, give a thumbs up, like, and do share it with your friends. Thank you so much. नीचे आ गए शौर्य सिंह।
Hi. How are you? They're fine. Very nice. Juju is nice. Hi Juju.
It's nice.
Juju nice.
It's nice.
Navrat Singh.
Simba
बोलने
is sitting
राजा.
alone. Simba is not scared.
Wow.
शौर्य लड़का डर नहीं रहा है, बिल्कुल नहीं डर रहा है। ये देखो भगवान व्यू दिखाती हूँ।
Ready?